Welcome back to the channel, Coins Collector, Coin Lovers and Treasure Hunters. If you're new here, you've just stepped into one of the most fascinating worlds of history, money, and mystery, the incredible universe of rare United States coins. Today's video is one you definitely don't want to miss. We're going deep into the story of one of the most talked about modern coins in American history, the 1970 Liberty Quarter Dollar, a coin that has stunned collectors with its unbelievable story, its incredible rarity, and a current market value that has reached as high as $599,000. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $600,000 for a quarter that most people would overlook in their pocket change. Now, before we dive into the details, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you have notifications turned on so you never miss another episode. Every week, we uncover hidden gems, rare finds, and historical stories that might just change how you look at the coins in your collection, or even the ones jingling in your pocket right now. So, let's go back to the beginning. The year was 1970, a time of great change in America. The Vietnam War was raging, new music movements were transforming the culture, and the United States Mint was continuing to produce millions of coins for the nation's growing economy. Among the countless quarters struck that year, something unusual happened at the Denver Mint, marked with the famous D Mint mark. The 1970 D Liberty Quarter Dollar, like most coins of its time, was made primarily of copper and nickel, following the U.S. Mint's decision to move away from silver coinage after 1964. Most of these coins were completely ordinary, until collectors began to notice something very unusual about a few of them. As it turns out, there were some 1970 D quarters that were struck on foreign coin planchets, meaning they were accidentally minted over coins from other countries, creating double designs and odd characteristics that made them unique. Imagine the surprise of a collector discovering that a common-looking quarter was actually minted on top of a coin from another country. These minting errors have become some of the most valuable and fascinating discoveries in numismatic history, but that's not the only thing that makes the 1970 D Liberty Quarter so special. Over the years, coin experts and collectors have analyzed thousands of quarters, searching for small differences, rare minting varieties, and hidden mint errors. Some of these varieties, like the overstruck coins or double-die obverse versions, can be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands, of dollars, depending on their condition and rarity. The most famous of these examples is a 1970 D Washington quarter that was struck over a 1941 Canadian quarter. This one-of-a-kind coin stunned the collecting world when it appeared at auction and sold for an astonishing sum. The images of that coin showed both the U.S. quarter design and faint traces of the original Canadian coin details beneath it. For many, this was proof that the Denver Mint had experienced an incredibly rare minting accident that produced a true modern treasure. When stories like that come out, they ignite a fire among collectors. Everyone starts searching through their change jars, their old coin rolls, or inherited coin collections from parents and grandparents, hoping to find another example. And that's what makes this story so exciting, because there's always the possibility that one of these rare coins could still be out there, waiting to be discovered by someone like you. Now, let's talk about the design itself. The obverse side of the 1970 D Liberty Quarter features the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, which first appeared on the quarter in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. His strong profile has become one of the most iconic symbols in American coinage. Above him reads the word Liberty, with "In God We Trust" to the left and the date, 1970, below. On the reverse, we see the majestic American bald eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, a symbol of strength and peace. It's a design that has stood the test of time, representing American values and pride, but the story behind the 1970 D quarter's value is not just about beauty, it's about rarity. The United States Mint produces millions of coins every year, but only a small handful ever turn out to be truly special. Errors and varieties are usually caught before coins leave the mint, but sometimes a few slip through. When they do, those coins become part of history. The combination of a 1970 Denver Mint mark, a minting anomaly, and its limited discovery makes this coin one of the holy grails for modern collectors. Experts estimate that the coin's value depends heavily on its condition and certification. A standard 1970 quarter found in circulation might only be worth its face value, or perhaps $1 or $2 if it's in mint condition. But when a coin has a verified mint error, like being struck over another coin, or shows doubling on its design, its price can skyrocket. That's how the value of this specific 1970 quarter reached nearly $600,000, a combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand. Today, auction houses and coin marketplaces list some of these rare quarters for enormous sums, and even standard examples graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC can fetch impressive prices if they are in high mint state condition. The coin market has evolved dramatically over the past few decades, with collectors all around the world chasing these hidden treasures. It's a reminder that history isn't just written in books, it's stamped in metal and carried in our hands. Think about it, a simple coin that once bought a gumball or paid for a parking meter could now be worth more than most people's cars or even their homes. It's an incredible example of how the smallest objects can hold the biggest stories. And that's what makes collecting coins so magical. Each piece tells a story of the era it came from, the people who used it, and the mistakes or decisions that made it unique. As we continue this journey through America's coinage, remember to always check your change carefully. Keep an eye out for mint marks, dates, and unusual details. You never know when you might hold a piece of history in your hand, a coin that connects the past to the present and maybe even makes you a fortune. Before we continue, let's take a quick look at the current market. As of this year, collectors have reported continued interest in high-grade 1970 quarters, and demand for rare varieties remains strong. Some coins graded MS65 or higher have sold for impressive figures, while unique error coins have fetched record-breaking prices at major auctions. The top reported sale, that incredible $599,000 coin, remains one of the most sensational moments in modern numismatic history. And it serves as a powerful reminder that there are still treasures hidden in plain sight. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the story of the 1970 Liberty Quarter is proof that coin collecting is more than a hobby, it's a gateway to discovery. Every coin has a story, and every story has the potential to change the way we see the world. Maybe you'll be the next person to find one of these rare coins, tucked away in a jar or passed down through generations. Thank you for tuning in, and remember, always look closely at your coins, because what seems like ordinary change could be worth a fortune. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow collectors, and subscribe to the channel for more stories of rare coins, hidden treasures, and the rich history of American money. Stay curious, keep searching, and until next time, happy collecting. Today, we are diving deep into a coin that has surprised collectors around the world, the 1977 Liberty Quarter Dollar from the United States. At first glance, this coin might seem ordinary, something you'd find in your change jar or maybe tucked away in an old drawer. But here's the truth, not all 1977 quarters are the same. Some of them are worth far more than 25 cents. In fact, a rare 1977 Liberty Quarter Dollar recently shocked the coin market when it sold for over $406,000. That's right, $406,000 for a single quarter. Imagine finding one of those in your pocket. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this 1977 quarter so special? Why would anyone pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for a coin that's only supposed to be worth 25 cents? Well, today, we're going to uncover the full story. We'll talk about the coin's design, its historical background, how it was made, the mistakes and mint errors that can make it worth a fortune, and what collectors are paying in today's market. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to tell if the 1977 Liberty Quarter sitting in your change could be worth big money. Let's start with a little background. The Liberty Quarter Dollar, officially known as the Washington Quarter, has a long history in U.S. coinage. It was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design we still see today features the bust of George Washington on the obverse side, facing left, with the word "Liberty" across the top and the national motto, "In God We Trust," placed just beside his chin. The reverse side of the coin shows an eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness, with olive branches underneath representing peace. It's a design that became one of the most iconic American coins ever produced. Now, fast forward to the year 1977. The U.S. Mint continued producing Washington quarters during this time, but these coins were still made of a copper-nickel clad composition rather than silver. The change from silver to clad had happened more than a decade earlier in 1965 due to rising silver prices. So technically, all quarters minted after 1965, including the 1977 issue, were not made of silver anymore. That's one reason many people assume quarters from the 1970s aren't valuable. But as we'll see, certain factors can make even a 1977 clad quarter worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. In 1977, quarters were struck at three main mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins carry no mint mark. The Denver coins have a small D mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail, and the San Francisco issues usually have an S mint mark. The San Francisco quarters from that year were primarily proof coins made for collectors. So, what makes one of these quarters worth over $400,000? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and errors. Some 1977 Liberty quarters have been found with extraordinary minting mistakes that occurred during the striking process. These errors can include double dies, off-center strikes, missing mint marks, or wrong planchet errors, when the coin was accidentally struck on a metal blank meant for another denomination, like a dime or even a foreign coin. One of the most famous 1977 quarters to ever surface had such a rare minting error that it sold for $406,000 at a major auction. Collectors were astonished because this coin looked like a typical quarter at first, but upon close examination, experts discovered a unique die variety combined with near-perfect preservation. It was graded at an extremely high mint state condition by professional coin grading services, which dramatically increased its value. Condition, as many collectors know, can make all the difference. To put it simply, a coin in average circulated condition might be worth only its face value of 25 cents, or maybe a few dollars if it's in better shape. But if you find one in uncirculated condition, with no scratches, no signs of wear, and sharp details, you might be holding something worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Add a rare mint error to that, and you could be looking at life-changing money. When experts grade coins, they use a numerical scale from 1 to 70. A perfect uncirculated coin, with no flaws visible even under magnification, is given the grade MS 70. A 1977 quarter graded above MS 67 is already considered a rare find. That's why coin collectors and investors are always hunting for those pristine examples, especially from older decades when most coins were heavily circulated. But the 1977 Liberty quarter isn't just about money, it's also about history. Think about where these coins have been. Minted during a time of economic change, energy crises, and shifting culture in America, these quarters were part of everyday life in the late 1970s. They passed through gas stations, diners, movie theaters, and stores across the country. Some were saved in drawers and coin rolls, some were forgotten, and a few, the rarest of them, became treasures for future generations to discover. Today, the coin collecting market is hotter than ever. With social media and online auctions, collectors have easier access to rare coins and historical information than at any point in history. Coin values can spike overnight when a unique piece is discovered. That's exactly what happened with the 1977 Liberty quarter that reached $406,000. It caught the attention of investors, news outlets, and even people who had never collected coins before. Suddenly, everyone was checking their change, hoping to find a hidden fortune. Now, let's talk about what you should look for. If you have a 1977 quarter, start by examining it closely under good light. Check for the mint mark. Is it a D, an S, or does it have none at all? Look for doubling on the letters or numbers, especially on the word Liberty or the date 1977. Doubling can appear as faint shadows or outlines that make the letters look thicker. That's called a double die error, and it's one of the most sought-after types of mint mistakes. Next, look at the edges of the coin. If you notice that it looks slightly misaligned, thinner or thicker than normal, or if the design seems off-center, those could also be valuable striking errors. Another key thing to look for is color. Some 1977 quarters have unusual toning or luster caused by the way they were stored or exposed to certain elements, which can make them visually appealing and add value for collectors. Once you've identified a possible rare coin, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded. Services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin, determine its condition, and give you an official grade that greatly increases its value on the market. As of today, 1977 Liberty quarters in mint state condition can range in value from a few dollars up to several hundred, depending on grade and rarity. Proof versions, especially from the San Francisco Mint, can fetch even higher prices if they're in perfect condition. But those rare error coins, the ones that combine uniqueness, high grade, and historical significance, can soar into the tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars, just like that incredible $406,000 sale. So, the next time you go through your change or open that old coin jar, take a closer look. You never know what you might find. The 1977 Liberty quarter dollar is living proof that even ordinary coins can hold extraordinary value. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and share it with your friends and family. Subscribe for more stories about rare coins, US currency history, and valuable finds that might be hiding right in your pocket. Until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and remember, history can sometimes fit right in the palm of your hand.